Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
A huge warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. It is what gives me such joy to see you all here and live, learn, teach, inspire on the 14th of December 2023. Not many sleeps left until the large man pops down the chimney. Ho, ho, ho. And as you can see, I've got my wonderful Christmas jumper on. Today, we're talking about festive fare, which awaits you and what's on your table. And it gives me so much joy and pride to welcome one of the most incredible people out there who we can proudly call our country partner all the way in the Bahamas. And her name is the one and only Loretta Thomas. A little girl with a dream became a woman with an amazing vision. And Loretta really is one of those incredible, infectious people. She walks into a room, she lights up the room. She just gives you this incredible warmth and energy. And today, Loretta now, not only is she a CEO and a chairman and a founder of various businesses, but today with her incredible passion, she has the Duchess Tea Salon and she has Cafe Channing Noel on the beautiful island, or the Bahamian islands in Nassau. And today we have the privilege of connecting with Loretta for her to share her beautiful salon with us, to share some wonderful insights into her sector and industry. And she's got two incredible people joining her today. Those two people that are joining her is Chef George Roberts, a talent and a culinary person who's got a reputation that's captured the attention of some of the most incredible restaurateurs, Hollywood A-listers, and he is going to be sharing and coming into the screen along with a British friend of Loretta's, and it's not the Serena Williams, but it's the one and only Serena Williams in the Bahamas. And Serena has lived in Nassau for more than 20 years, runs an incredible PR publicity agency. She is the correspondent and commentator whenever there's anything happening along the royal line, royal family, and if there are any visits and events, Serena is very much at the forefront. And so without further ado, I know we're going to walk through the journey. Loretta's going to take us into a journey into the Duchess. So without further ado, Loretta, if you're there, please come into the picture. And you're on mute. Unmute yourself. There we go.
There we go. Hello, Philip. It's lovely to see you again.
Ah, Loretta, what a joy to see you. I mean, if you're not Mrs. Christmas, then I don't know who is.
Well, thank you, darling.
Oh, amazing. So, Loretta, give us a little bit of an insight into what you've got prepared for us and how you are just bubbling and busy with everything there at Cafe Channing Noel and at the Duchess.
Yes, so we're here. Well, we're in the location of the Duchess, named after Duchess Anna Russell. Of course, Duchess Anna Russell, the 7th Duchess of Bedford. She started the entire afternoon tea British Fair. And so in celebration of all things afternoon tea, we decided to name our tea emporium the Duchess. So here we are. It is bejeweled. It is exquisite. And it certainly reflects what it was like to sit in a drawing room or a tea salon in a bygone era. So I've tried and I I believe I have been successful in capturing not just the aesthetics, but the feel, and have our guests feel transported to that bygone era. So here we are. Welcome to the Duchess.
Stunning, Loretta, amazing. Tell us what you've got going on behind you. I'd love, there's something bubbling behind you. Give us a little pan around, just a little tour.
Absolutely. So here we have, let's start over here. And in celebration of course, my British friends, this is our English fruit cake. And of course, you know where that's from in the UK. It is one of our specialties, and our guests certainly love it. And this one is a very Bahamian made, very much made by one of our pastry chefs. So this is our version of a very delicate light that one would have with afternoon tea. So, and over here, I know you cannot see me, but you can see what's going on over here. So our afternoon tea will be served over here on a low table, and of course on a plush eggplant royal sofa over here. Well, actually, it's a love seat, and I'm very excited to share our menu with you. So this is our afternoon tea menu, and it was created by a very good friend from the inner circle, and she's actually located in New York, and it's CC Johnson, New York. And I'd like to open it so you can see. So this is afternoon tea fair. So CC and I collaborated on this, and it actually reminds me of a storybook that I had in my childhood, and it was very near and dear to me. So when I think about my childhood days, and I always thought about the beautiful pop-up books that we read, and I thought it would be fitting to do something special with our menu. And so here we are, the Duchess. So moving along, much later, I will show you what's behind this little number here. And as you can tell, I'm sure it gives you an idea of what's hiding under there, but we'll devour that a little later. So here we are. So we're actually on the inside or the inner portion of our salon. Just behind those doors, we have the Cafe Channing Noel, which is, we started off with Cafe Channing Noel. But I always knew that we would get to the point where we will be able to expand and introduce our quintessential afternoon tea. So here we are in the Duchess, and just behind those doors, we have Cafe Channing Noel, which is very, very active this time of day. Our guests are enjoying their coffee, croissants, macarons, and they're enjoying a brunch at this time. So we're tucked away here in the Duchess.
I tell you what, I know our producer at the back, behind the scenes, is salivating. The first thing she said to me, she wants to come and see you and visit you. If this doesn't inspire people, I mean, just don't forget how beautiful the Bahamas are. This is phenomenal, Loretta. Now, tell me something. Where's the inspiration? What triggered this? Where do I even start with you?
Well, the inspiration is really of a 8-year-old little girl. 8 years old, coming home from school. Of course, dinner was not ready at 4 o'clock, but my mother served what we called after school tea. So we had after school tea with cakes and finger sandwiches. And we looked forward to that after school. And as I grew older, I came to realize that it was actually afternoon tea. So not many of my friends actually were having afternoon tea, but in our home, it was a tradition. And when I went off to university in Boston, my friends on a Friday would be going out to have pizza and beer. Well, I do not drink alcohol. It's just a personal choice. And I'm not a great lover of pizza. So while my friends went off to have pizza and beer, I would go in search of the finest afternoon tea salon. So all through my years of university, every Friday I would treat myself to afternoon tea. So of course I was just waiting for the opportunity when I would just go out and live my dream and do so authentically as I am. And I've created quite a little emporium here, and I love to refer to it as it's. Of course, it is exquisite, and it is all things Loretta loves. So I've been able to put into a capsule all things Loretta loves, and this is where we are.
With all due respect, you're just touching the iceberg of your wonderful career. Give us a little bit more in depth into some of your business ventures that you've managed to create over the years as well.
Sure.
I know there was definitely a time where you were torn. You thought, do I jump ship? Do I just make my dream happen? So I know you worked exceptionally hard, and you've had the incredible support of your wonderful husband, Carlos, and your amazing children. So
Yes.
let's delve a little bit into Loretta, because your journey is an inspirational story as well.
Yes, Philip. I graduated from university with a degree in biochemistry and also in preventive dentistry or dental hygiene. So I had a 15-year career in dental hygiene, but after my wonderful husband and I tied the knot, I then became his business partner as we launched our medical business, pediatrics, and he's also a neonatologist. So we worked together in our pediatric practice, and that was literally my baby. So I've worked in pediatrics as his business partner and the director of business development. And just having all the ideas that I've always had and growing and reading and always wanting more, I also ventured into a dental practice. So I'm the CEO of a dental practice as well, and a few other business ventures. And after a few years or several years in pediatrics, I said to my husband, I think it's time to just go out and explore my true passion. He said, honey, you've got many passions. And I said, okay, so how about we do the cafe, and which is named after my eldest daughter. Well, actually, it's named after both of my daughters, Cafe Channing Noel. So we started Cafe Channing Noel, which was, I mean, one of a kind. It is a boutique cafe. So it gives the feeling that you're either in Paris, in London, but you're somewhere in Europe. It's just a wonderful experience. So we expanded the cafe, and here we are into the Duchess. So I have had quite a journey, and it's my journey. And I often say to my children, it doesn't matter how you start or what you begin with, as long as you are authentically living in your passion. Now, some persons might say, well, I don't have a passion. Well, I mean, that's okay too. But as long as you are living in what inspires you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings you fulfillment, I believe that is the crux, that is the foundation of being authentically you, being whole, and living a fulfilling life. And I'm very fortunate to have had that opportunity, and I continue to grow. I continue to pursue what brings me joy, in addition to my children and my husband, and I'm just surrounded by a lot of joy.
What a lovely journey, Loretta. And I know something else about you, and that is your amazing influence working with young people and mentoring them and helping build their confidence with leadership skills, etiquette, manners, emotional intelligence. And you are a very strong part of the Miss Universe Bahamas entity. Just share a little bit about that on your journey with them and how it's inspired you to really give these amazing people such an incredible footing.
Yes. Well, every little girl, I believe, dreams of being Miss Bahamas or being Miss Universe or being her own beauty queen. And I was quite surprised, but looking back, perhaps I should not have been surprised to be invited to join the Miss Bahamas committee shortly after I returned from university. Now, I've always held or worked with young people. So inspiring them, encouraging reading, encouraging self improvement and motivation. So it wasn't, I guess, far from me to want to work with these young ladies as they elevate themselves, as they pursue their dreams, as they work towards whether it is a scholarship or furthering their education or working with their soft skills and etiquette and so on. So I've very early been invited to speak at various school engagements, community groups, church, and business in some business forums. Therefore, just honing my skills in that area was also more motivating for me. So, of course, I thought I would seek out the best forum for elevating my skills or honing my skills. So, where else would I go or where else would I look other than the UK? And fortuitously, I just came across, well, a very dear friend. She said, there is a young man by the name, perhaps not so young, but young, by the name of Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. Perhaps you might want to connect with him. And I think it'll be really beneficial, especially if you choose to pursue not just elevating your skills, but pursue this as a business venture. And I thought, what a marvelous idea. Because all along I would coach and sometimes, well, more often than not charge, because I just enjoyed the fact that I could see the development in these young women and young men. So I met Philip Sykes in London. What a marvelous experience it was. So I was more than, elated. Philip, meeting you has been one of the most impactful experiences of my life. And having the opportunity to spend so much time with you in the UK and not just develop as an individual, but be able to inspire others. And what you do as the founder and principal of the British School of Excellence, it is incredible. The impact and the ability that you have to just draw people in and bring out the best in all of us, it's incredible. It's incredible. You're a charismatic personality, yet your kindness and generosity, it just makes us all want to be better and do better. And I'm grateful for having this experience. And every moment we spend together, it's like being in a candy store, actually. We're learning, we're being inspired, we're traveling, we're impacting the lives of others. And that is such a rewarding experience that you've given all of us. So I say thank you.
Loretta, thank you. And actually, I wish I had a box of tissues here because, thank you so much. But you're an inspiration. And again, it's just, I just feel so grateful. I know that we here at the British School of Excellence feel so grateful for you showing up, and I mean, you show up in so many wonderful ways, and to have met your beautiful family has just been an absolute joy and an honor. And I know that as a person and as a brand in Cafe Channing Noel, the Duchess, the British School of Excellence Bahamas, we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg, I think, and I know there are going to be some wonderful opportunities ahead of all of us, and you really do bring your A game. And I know it's not easy because you're juggling many balls, and I salute you and I say thank you so much. I really do. It's beautiful. I know, Loretta, you've got your wonderful friend joining you, Serena. Are we going to bring Serena in and introduce us to this incredible audience watching this Live, Learn, Teach, Inspire episode?
Yes, Serena. Oh, Serena is all things British. Yeah. She is
Serena,
very different.
yeah,
And we have such great fun.
We laugh all the time.
I'm sure you laugh all the time. Serena,
together.
lovely to see you. The one and only Serena Williams in the Bahamas. What a joy.
Quite
Serena, give us a little bit of detail about you and your background and how you came to befriend, or the two of you joined forces as friends.
Well, it was a magical force that brought us together, that's for sure. Neither one of us can quite remember how we met, but we know that once we knew each other, we would never separate.
True.
I'm originally from Plymouth in Devon, schooled in Barnstable, North Devon, Bideford, and then went to London, worked in London, and then came over to the Bahamas. I managed to secure a job in marketing over here, and then started my own company, which has been very successful. And I've been fortunate enough that the national television station here, when the royals came, Kate and William came out, they said, Serena, will you be on the news desk for 3 days and comment on the thing? So that was great. I loved it. So that was nice. And now I've seemed to, every time there's some royal event or anything royal happening, they say, get Serena and she'll know what to say.
And the coronation here.
And the coronation, yes, we did that too. And the coronation was lots of fun because, of course, 4:30 in the morning, here it was when it started, 4:30 in the morning. Loretta had the Duchess and Cafe Channing packed. It was full of the most elegant women dressed up to the nines as if they were actually at the coronation. And she served them all this fabulous British breakfast, baked beans and sausages. And they watched me on television because I was talking about the coronation. And then I came in afterwards. It was a party fit for a king. Truly, truly, truly. She's such a hostess with the mostess. She's in high regard here, let me tell you. She is queen of hostessing for sure.
That is wonderful, Serena. I love it. And I no doubt you've had the odd afternoon tea joining Loretta for a lovely cuppa.
Any excuse, I'm right here.
Tell me, Serena, do you dunk a biscuit into your tea?
When she's not looking.
Okay, don't. Yeah, shh. We don't. Absolutely, when she's not looking. Oh, it's so lovely to meet you, and I've heard all good things about you, nothing bad, I promise.
Good. And the same about you, of course, Philip. She's in awe of you. And I know that she was most thankful when we did the opening of the Duchess. You know, she managed to get the British High Commissioner here, Tom Hartley, and he actually opened the Duchess.
Yes.
We had a little plaque on the wall saying that he did. And you came through from London on the television screen here, and you gave the Duchess your blessing and congratulations. So we were very grateful for that. And I know Loretta was teary-eyed over it, really. She was most grateful.
Yes. And to you,
it's one of my highlights this year.
Yes.
It's one of my highlights this year. It really and truly is, to be on the big screen. I felt that I was in the room, but unfortunately, on that occasion, couldn't pop over to the Bahamas as much as I would have loved to. But what a ceremony, what a celebration that was. And I know you were very much giving your full support there, Serena.
This is your student. This is the crescendo of all the work that you've done with Loretta. The classes she's
absolutely.
This is all to do with you. This is your making, Philip. Your school.
So there we are. Absolutely.
You know, I appreciate that. But you know, the interesting thing is we just found the key to unlock that amazing door for Loretta, just to push her out the airplane and build the parachute on the way down.
That was all that was needed.
Right. And so we're looking forward now to opening the British School of Excellence, Bahamas.
Yes.
So my global partner here, Philip.
Yes.
And I am going to make sure that Philip is present.
Oh, he must be present.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, present in the flesh.
Yes, and not the cutout that we've
Oh,
got
no,
of
no,
him. We've
no,
got a
no.
life-size cutout, Philip.
Yes.
We would prefer if you could actually come this time.
And
Beautiful.
I'll make sure of that.
Beautiful. Now, while I've got you both there, Loretta, have you by any chance got Chef George Roberts with you?
Well, I believe
Shall I go and have a look?
okay.
You know what? We've got a beautiful picture of Chef. We've got a great picture of Chef George Roberts.
Come over.
Yeah.
There he is. There's Chef George Roberts on the screen.
He's
On the
gorgeous,
screen.
isn't he? Yes.
Yes.
Let me go and get him then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see if we can get him.
With me.
Yes. Sure. Serena. Yes. So Serena will check to see if George is ready with some goodies, of course. And I would like to introduce, we have here our cards. It's called Know Your Culture. So when we speak of culture in the Bahamas, I would like to introduce a set of playing cards that it's quite knowledgeable, founded and created by Dr. Kelly Knowles CARLO, and it gives us quite a bit of interesting facts about the Bahamas. And it's a wonderful experience when you're sitting at the table with family and friends, or just sitting around having tea or a little snack. It's a great source of information. And I'm so proud of this young lady that I really would like people who are watching to just look her up on social media, Dr. Kelly Knowles CARLO. And she's a phenomenal young lady. And she's put together this. I mean, it's so fun. It is so fun. It really tests your knowledge. So you actually gain a lot from this. And I love the fact that one can just sit and enjoy, whether it's afternoon tea or just moments hanging out with friends, and be educated in such a fun way. So congratulations, Kelly, on creating this masterpiece. So here we are, Philip. So Philip, I'm actually going to send a few boxes over for you. I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. I'll send some over for you.
Wonderful.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
Wonderful.
Yes. I think George is still cooking.
Okay, that's okay. We got a beautiful picture of. Tell me, Loretta, how are we talking? That beautiful outfit, that dress, where is that from? Because it is exquisite.
Oh, thank you for asking. My personal friend, and she's actually a Bahamian international designer, Patrice Lockhart. So she's responsible for this creation. And 30 years ago, when I was but a wee child, she was also my wedding coordinator. So I've known her for quite some time. And so there she is, still in my life. And I'm so grateful to still have such a creative, wonderful woman still a part of my life. And she's responsible for this creation. So I say, thank you, Patrice. And I'm loving wearing it.
It looks fantastic.
Patrice,
talking of creations, what are you serving on Christmas Day? What is a typical gorgeous just table setting, and what food will you be covering the table with?
Wow. Always on my table, always are flowers. I love fresh flowers. So I can assure you there will be quite a bounty of flowers. Now, my tablescape, I am a lover of fine china, crystal, and all things beautiful that lays the table. So in addition to what I do every Wednesday evening at home, what's on your table, I will certainly be bringing out all the fine china, beautiful tablecloths, the finest napkins, as well as crystal stems and so on. So my table, yes, I must admit, it's going to be exquisite. And I mean, Christmas is very special. And that's when you just lay it all out and just make it extra special. In addition to having a beautiful tablescape, then of course we will have like a 10-course meal. It begins like 6 o'clock early evening and goes on and on, but we pace ourselves. We pace ourselves. So our menu would consist of, well, the young people, they're lovers of sushi. So we try to add something for everyone in the family. And so my son, he's a sushi lover. So we would have a plate of sushi for him. And my daughter, well, she's also a sushi lover, but they love different types of sushi. So yes, so Christmas will include sushi as well. And of course, we'll have some Bahamian delicacies, which are like what we call the conch fritters. So we will start with Bahamian conch fritters, which are deep fried little balls of conch, which is quite indigenous to the Bahamas and native of, we like to call it one of our very special delicacies, as well as lobster from, of course, the beautiful blue waters of the Bahamas, our spiny lobster, which we hopefully will be able to show you a stuffed lobster today. So we'll have lobster, and of course, one needs to have the traditional turkey. So there will be the traditional Christmas turkey. I make my own cranberry sauce from fresh cranberries. I don't do the canned stuff. So lovely cranberries, cranberry, orange, and ginger. And one day I'll share the recipe with you. So we have cranberry sauce with our turkey, and of course, spiral ham, a lovely sweet spiral ham, and of course goes with all the other Bahamian trappings of too many to mention, too many to mention. But it is quite an affair. It is quite an affair. So we have about 14 persons over for dinner, and I cannot say that I alone do the cooking. I do have help, but I certainly do quite a bit of the cooking. And that's one of my other passions. I enjoy culinary experiences, culinary travel experiences. I love being in the kitchen. I feel very close to my mother when I'm in the kitchen. So that's something very special. So Christmas in my house is full of joy, full of food. Children are home from the UK, spending time with me. So I'm in my element. It is just all pure joy. Well, of course, we also, and very much so, include the reason for this celebration. Yes, the Christmas tree and the gifts are important, but we are so grateful and we owe so much to the Almighty God. And of course, celebrating Jesus's birth. We do so in a big way in our home. We do. And my husband, Christmas morning, before we open any gifts, Carlos reads the Christmas story. Our children would sit there and, and surprisingly attentively listen, even though he reads the same story every single year. We gain something different every single year. There's always, the takeaway is always different as we apply it or relate it to what we're experiencing at that place and time in our lives. So we really and truly enjoy the season of Christmas and all that it's intended to be. So it's quite a celebration.
It sounds unbelievable. I'm salivating. I haven't. I ate a long time ago, so it sounds unbelievable. And tell me, Loretta, with your afternoon tea, have you got any sort of signature little items that you share on the afternoon tea menu? Are there certain things that you've created or the chefs have put together?
Yes, actually, we have put our own little spin on the coronation chicken sandwiches. That's actually my favorite. And over here, I'm going to just stand over here. So here we are. And this is our, there we go. I'll just place it over here.
Yeah.
Yes. So some of the sandwiches, of course, are very true to the menu of afternoon tea. So for the coronation chicken, we've added a marble bread. So I know coronation chicken is usually served on all white bread, but we have our own marble bread, so we add a little twist to that, and which our guests thoroughly enjoy, as well as our egg salad. We actually serve that with a rye bread. And so it certainly adds a little spin to the flavor. So the palate is very pleased with the marble bread and the rye bread. So that is exclusively on our menu. So I believe we've taken a spin from the traditional English afternoon fare of white bread, and we've added the marble bread. So that's very, very welcoming to the palate. We've also added a very special lemon meringue tart. It's a citrus flavor, and once it's almost like the surprise of a macaron. Once you bite into it, there's that burst of, that's different. Smack in the middle of that lemon meringue is guava. Now, guava is a tropical fruit. And so we have that flavor of guava, which is quite the element of surprise. And our guests love it. So there we go. Now, of course, our English scone, we are not going to veer far from the English scone. No, otherwise it won't be an English scone. So we stay true to the recipe of the English scone. Now we have the variety of raisins or cranberries, and occasionally with a little guava, but that's it's not like that's non-traditional either. But in these parts of the occasional guava, especially when requested, some folks would make special requests, and we're happy to accommodate them. So we do have our own little flair there. And before our guests begin their afternoon tea, before they begin their afternoon tea, we do just a little 5 minutes of fun afternoon tea etiquette. And I find that they are so receptive to it, really receptive to it. And they enjoy just hearing more about the Duchess Anna and how afternoon tea came about, because you do know that most people confuse afternoon tea and high tea. So when I explain the difference, that the light bulb goes off. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. We just thought the words were interchangeable, afternoon tea, high tea. So I take a delight in explaining the difference between afternoon tea and high tea. And so they leave being educated, but I always add, this is a no judgment zone. You're here to enjoy the fellowship with your family, your friends, or your colleagues, and you're here to enjoy the experience of afternoon tea. But they walk away, and the takeaway is just a few nuggets of afternoon tea etiquette. And I find that is very special to what we do here, and our guests absolutely enjoy it.
Absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. I just love that. There's a wonderful quote by a gentleman by the name of Henry James, and he says, there are few hours in life more agreeable than the hours dedicated to the ceremony known as afternoon tea. And I think that definitely hits the nail on the head when it comes to the Duchess and Cafe Channing Noel. That really does, I think, just quintessentially sum up your wonderful experience at Cafe Channing Noel. The one thing you didn't say, that when they leave, they not only have a few golden nuggets on their inroad into English afternoon tea, but they also, I'm sure, some of them might feel that they want to roll out of there, because I bet you're not catering for, minuscule amounts. I'm sure you're incredibly generous when it comes to your servings. Just looking at that wonderful tier that you brought to the table.
Yes, absolutely.
Loretta, something that's urging me on, and it's starting to bug me. That silver thing behind you. Come on.
Oh, yes.
Happening.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
What's going on?
What's going on over there? I will show you. So here we are. I'm going to lift it. And this is what we are going to devour later. So
that is just exquisite. Will you give us a little description? How's it being prepared? It looks
So this is our, there we go. This is our Christmas turkey. This is my special recipe here of my Christmas turkey. Oh, it is heavy. And we have fresh cherries, actually. It's garnished with grapes and cherries, rosemary, parsley, and a number of other special seasonings that I just mix together and just massage it into the crevices of this lovely bird. And I'm sure he has had a very good life, but we are going to enjoy him a whole lot later. So here we have lovely cherries.
Wow.
Really sweet cherries, quite lovely. And I wish I could really hold this up more, but it is quite.
It looks incredible.
Yes,
it
it's
really
quite
does.
heavy.
I'm sure there's a good couple of kilograms of turkey and various different bits of fruit that are giving that some serious weight.
Oh,
yeah. You mentioned lobster. You mentioned lobster as well.
Actually, yes. And our stuffing is we have Italian bread crumbs. It's made from Italian bread. And so I place it in a food processor and make it really nice and fine, and add more of our seasoning to it. And I create my own seasoning. It's like 10 different seasonings all put together in a blender or a food processor. And so I've added shrimp and lobster to it. So in the crevice here, it's spilling out with shrimp and lobster. So when we carve this turkey, the filling is going to be a meal unto itself. It's quite a savory meal. So if you're a seafood lover, you would certainly enjoy this. It is absolutely lovely. And oh my goodness, I shouldn't do that.
Oh, Loretta, you can't do that to us. You're kidding me.
Quite lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I'm booking a flight.
Absolutely lovely.
Flight to have Christmas with you.
When I come back to London, I'll come over, spend the day with you and Carrie and your little one, and share my recipe with you.
That would be phenomenal. It looks just exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Now,
delicious.
I mean, one of the wonderful things, but also the terrible things in life is time runs away with us. And I'm realizing that not only have you got a busy day ahead of us, or ahead of you, because the time difference, but time for us is not on our side when it comes to live, learn, teach, inspire. But one of the many things I'd love to ask you is, what are your opening hours at Cafe Channing Noel and at the Duchess? When are you open? I know you do wonderful private events and functions. I believe you've got a very serious ambassador from one of the countries, Brazil, who's going to be booking, who's already booked the cafe. Yes. So give us a little inroad into your timings and what you offer at, not just obviously through the normal opening hours, but share those with us, but also share what else you are able to do.
Yes. So in addition to our regular hours at Cafe Channing Noel, we also host intimate gatherings. And more often than not, we would curate a menu for those private, intimate settings. So our guests really enjoy coming into a private and exquisite space where they actually feel like they've been transported to another place in time. So we have the ability to provide that intimate setting for celebrations, and our capacity really is 30. We do not host more than 30 at any given time because, of course, we want to give the attention and attention to detail to everything we do in excellence. So the cafe hours are 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're more of a brunch entity. We serve breakfast and lunch or brunch all day until 5 p.m., 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And our guests love it. There are some guests who really enjoy breakfast at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like my brother does. And we are one of the very few places on the island that actually provides breakfast until 3 o'clock in the afternoon or until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and we're open 7 days a week. We close 2 days out of the year, Christmas Day and Good Friday. Otherwise, we're open 7 days a week. And of course, we serve afternoon tea. And even though we say afternoon tea starts here from 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of our guests would love to have lunch, and their lunch is actually afternoon tea. And we also serve a royal tea, and that's with a glass of champagne. So you have that option of elevating the experience. So both the cafe and the Duchess, where the hours are the same, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So 7 days a week. And there you have it. Yes, and the Duchess was opened by His Excellency, British High Commissioner, yes, Tom Hartley. And we're so grateful to have his support. And thanks to Serena, he's a personal friend of Serena's. And so he's a personal friend of mine now. And yes, and you mentioned the ambassador to Brazil. Yes, I met his lovely wife just a week ago. And she came into the cafe after seeing our presence on social media. And she's just a lovely lady. Her name is Sue. And little did I know, a week later, he called up and asked, I can't give too much detail, but he called up and we met, and now we'll be working together. So this little space has brought together and continues to bring together some of the most amazing people. I meet some of the most amazing people in this space. And every day I walk away, I am so grateful for another opportunity to connect, to collaborate, to network, to meet people. It's always an amazing experience. And I never feel like it's work. It never feels like work. I feel like I'm just hosting all day long, meeting and sometimes cultivating valuable friendships. And it just feels right. It just feels right. And I'm ever so grateful, just to have this experience. And it's just the most amazing people. And Philip, you have provided an amazing experience for us earlier this summer. Oh my goodness. For anyone who, if you don't know and haven't heard about it, there is a 10-day London experience that Philip puts together. I am telling you, seek me out. I will tell you more. You need to be there. An incredible experience. We went to Ascot, fully dressed, in the royal circle, You should have seen Philip and my husband in the top hats. We ladies in our fineries, in our hats, and in the royal circle, of course, we you know, there are guidelines to what to wear. And I love that. Guidelines. They help you out here. So there's, no faux pas. Your hat in the royal circle, the brim must be at least 4 inches. If you're a tear down or two or more, of course, you can wear a fascinator, but in the royal circle, a hat with a proper brim. Dresses at the knee, not higher. Shoes, proper shoes, pantyhose. I know you might think they're outdated, but proper, proper attire. It was the most enjoyable experience. And yes, there were horse racing. And yes, we did see King Charles and Queen Camilla. They just went by directly in the front of me. And it was just an enjoyable experience. Philip, everything that you've put together for that incredible 10 days, I mean, the days were not long enough. It was jam packed and an incredible learning experience. Windsor Castle, oh, was amazing. And I have my cushions on my pillows, pardon me. Here they are. They are directly from Windsor Castle, and I purchased 10 of them. So they adorn the sofas here and the love seats here at the Duchess, and I thought just quite fitting. So what say you, Philip?
Oh, you couldn't get more royal than that. I mean, oh wow, you're sitting with beautiful royal pillows and cushions in your beautiful Duchess. That's just exquisite. It really does sort of just top everything off. I think it's absolutely unbelievable. Oh, Loretta, I tell you something. I know they're going to be many people wanting to visit that beautiful island, not only to come and see you, but one thing, what would be wonderful is to know of one or two really lovely boutique hotels, or what's a nice Airbnb? Are there some wonderful places to stay on the
Yes.
island?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have, beautiful hotels, all of which are on the ocean. Bahamar is 7 minutes from Cafe Channing Noel and the Duchess. Paradise Island is more like 35 to 40 minutes further east of where we are. And we are actually 7 minutes from the airport, from the Lyndon Pinling International Airport. So Cafe Channing Noel and the Duchess, 7 minutes from Lyndon Pinling Airport, and we are 7 minutes from Bahamar. So they are the two major hotels, but we also have several other boutique hotels, and yes, Stone Throw Away. That's a lovely. It's almost like an Airbnb, a stone throw away, which is about 5 minutes from where I am, and Sandy Point Beach and Veronica's place, just over at Sapadilla. There's a little beautiful boutique hotel on the plantation of Sapadilla. So that's another lovely space. And it's like being in an orchard surrounded by such beautiful palms and coconut trees. And it's just absolutely stunning. And the service is great. Fantastic. Okay. So
Yeah.
is George available? Oh, okay. May I have my fish? Oh, I'd love to show you the other item that's going to be on my Christmas table. Of course, we're in the Bahamas. There
Bring
has
it.
to be seafood. So
Bring
I
it.
have a red snapper that is stuffed with lobster. I'm a lobster lover. So everything I eat is going to be stuffed with lobster. Okay. I'm the queen here. So I decide, and today is lobster day. So I'm expecting to have my red snapper. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, Philip. Look at this beauty.
Pop it up slightly so we can see it. Lift it ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just
There
unbelievable.
you go.
What trimmings are on the top there, Loretta? What trimmings have you got on the top?
We have purple onions and tomatoes, roasted lemons, and there, can you see this? Yes, and peppers, and yes, tomatoes, fresh thyme. I think, well, I did ask for a bit of rosemary, and I can't say that I'm the one that prepared it. Chef George did, but this is one of my favorites. And this is definitely going to be on my table on Christmas morning. So here we go. So it is the Duchess stuff, and of course, and it's stuffed with shrimp and minced lobster. So
Well, huge congratulations to
I
Chef.
wish you could smell it. I wish the aroma in here is an infusion. It is absolutely, oh, it smells lovely. So this is the crescendo.
I love it. Oh, Chef George, what a champion. Unbelievable. And yeah, I know our producer in the back there's drooling. I know Loretta almost said wipe your mouth because I saw you almost about to drool there.
Yes, yes.
It is, I'm sure, intoxicating and for all the right reasons.
It is lovely.
What an absolute joy. And tell me, what is the best time of the year to visit your beautiful island?
Oh my goodness. You know, in the Bahamas, every time is, I mean, we're in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
You know, even when it rains, it's liquid sunshine. And the weather is just glorious all year, all year, all year. Now, if you prefer cooler temperatures, then I would say November through Easter, March, April, if you prefer cooler temperatures. But for those persons who love to just lay out on the beach and bask in the sun, then of course the summer months and the spring breakers certainly love the islands. But all year, I would say. But like I said, if you love cooler temperatures, then I would say November to Easter. And if you do come at Christmas time, it's a celebration. It is our Junkanoo Festival, Boxing Day and New Year's Day. It is where colors and it's a huge street carnival, a festival, and vibrant, brilliant colors of costumes. And one thing I love about Junkanoo, we're all equal. Whether you're a politician or you're the prime minister or whether you're the gatekeeper, everyone's together just having a great time in our version of carnival called Junkanoo. And we're dancing in the street to pulsating music, and you just can't keep still. It is just a joyous festival where whether you're young, old, ill, can't see, can't walk, everyone's enjoying it. So that culture of ours is what brings us all together during this season. And we certainly enjoy the Junkanoo. I wish I had some Junkanoo music to play for you right now. But it is just amazing, an amazing festival. And it started way back like in the 17th century. And, a celebration of the slaves, and continues to this day in a more elaborate manner, of course. And it is just the ultimate celebration. So, yes, can I have a little Junkanoo music? I wonder. I mean, it is just amazing. And listen to this, Philip. Can you hear that?
Absolutely.
I tell you.
Start the wiggle.
Oh, there you go, Philip. Okay, you got moves. You have got moves, Philip. Yes, absolutely.
I love a little bit of a wiggle. So that's wonderful. That just gets you pumping and moving.
Absolutely. Young, old, whether you can move or not, you will move. It is
Uh,
fabulous.
Dear Loretta.
So
Your energy, your everything is just too infectious. It's just so wonderful, and I just can't thank you enough for entering the lives of and touching the lives of so many people. Mine, obviously, in a huge way, and just to have your wonderful friend join you, Serena, and again to Chef George for making the time to prepare all this wonderful food. And I just pray and hope that everyone out there listening to this incredible Live, Learn, Teach, Inspire, you look up Loretta on Instagram at Cafe CAFE on Insta, and reach out to Loretta, because I tell you what, she'll embrace you and she will make your experience not only in Cafe Channing Noel and not only in the Duchess, but she'll welcome you to the Bahamas as the queen of the Bahamas and Nassau. So Loretta, thank you so much for your time and energy.
Thank you so much. And Philip, this would not have been possible without the assistance, the technical assistance of my dear friend Delano Sweeting. I'm telling you, he is brilliant. He's the man behind the technology here. I just know how to turn the computer on.
We know that. We know that. We know that you're not technical.
Delano worked the magic.
Well done. Well done. Well, we know you're not technical, and I'm very, very also not that technical. So thank you for arranging such an incredible, amazing person behind the scenes to make this show even more special.
And I'd like to say thank you to Shavante over at the greenhouse for the beautiful florals. She did an exquisite job, and I love working with her. She's always very, very accommodating. When I call her at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and tell her that I'd like 6 floral arrangements for Wednesday evening at 7:30. I mean, she just turns it out for me. I'd just like to thank her so much for providing the lovely florals.
Oh, what a joy. And I know when we've spoken and you've spoken on our Zoom meetings, you always have the most exquisite floral arrangements at your home, and I know exactly where those come from.
Yes, the greenhouse.
Yeah, stunning.
Yes,
Loretta, what a joy.
Thank you, Philip. I'm so looking forward to seeing you in the UK. I'll be there next month.
Wonderful. Likewise.
The children are home this weekend from the UK, so we're going to truly enjoy the holidays, and I believe I'll go back with them next month. So I'll be seeing you soon.
Wonderful, Loretta. Love to all your family, and it's just been such a joy to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you too, and enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll speak with you before Christmas Day.
Absolutely. Take care, Loretta, and thank you to Dr. Jacqueline for producing the show and putting it all together. It really has been an absolute joy. Please watch this space. Go on to the BritishSchoolOfExcellence.com website. Look at some of the fixtures and some of the amazing things we've got lined up for the rest of December and going into 2024. It's been a joy to be with all of you, and I do pray and hope that you all keep safe. And for those of you who celebrate various different parts of Christmas and this festive season, make sure that you always remember those people out there who support, who do wonderful things for all of us and maybe don't have as much as us. So all the best to all of you out there. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching.